I just want to say Happy New Year to you all. I know I've been gone for a long time, and I've just been like living life, and you know how life is, man. You just comes and hits you, but I promise I will be loading more content to the channel. I won't disappoint. I will be bringing more material to the channel because it's just necessary, man. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and there's so much to talk about, and so much to keep you guys aware of and away from, that I feel it's imperative that I start doing more videos on a more constant basis. So tonight, what I really wanted to talk about is like moving in with women. I've had a few people call me or talk to me about, you know, situations where they moved in with women, and like, well, was she your wife? And they're like, no, we were just living together because, you know, she was my girlfriend. We had a relationship. And like, well, why did you move in with her? And it's not just moving in with somebody that's the problem. It's the fact that these guys actually moved into the house where the woman was already there. She wasn't moving into their house. They were moving into her house. And that's a big no-no. And I'll tell you why. This video may not be that long, but I think the information is going to be pertinent to what's going on with a lot of people. Like, for one, I'm not a big advocate of shacking up, man. I just don't see you know, I mean, just my own personal values. I just can't see myself shacking up with somebody, especially. I have a saying. If she's good enough to live with, she's good enough to marry. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, but nah, these guys are like just dating these girls and moving in with them, man. And it's just crazy. And maybe it's partly because, you know, I live in the Caribbean now, and that's part of the culture where I live at. You know, I live in Puerto Rico now, and you know, they do this whole, what they call in Spanish, convivir, like live together thing, and call themselves husband and wife, and they just girlfriend and boyfriend living with each other. It's kind of something I call the Puerto Rican marriage, but you know, that's just what I call it because that seems to be the thing. But at any rate, there's no reason why a man should move in with into a woman's house, and I'll tell you why. These are some of the things I see when this happens. And some of this I know from experience because I've done this before, and this is one of the reasons why I tell people not to do it. When you, as a man, should always have some kind of control in the situation, in the relationship. And believe it or not, as much as these feminists and stuff talk about this stuff, man, and be talking all this crap about, oh, you know, I'm an independent woman, blah, 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 they really like when a man put their foot down and say, hey, look, you know, I'm not moving in with you. You're going to move in with me, or we're going to get a place together, but I'm not moving into your spot. And the reason why it should be this way is because women, no matter how feminist, how hardcore they are, they like a dude that's going to take control. They like the guy who's going to stand their ground and tell them what's up. You know, I'm not saying like master them around and like slap them around and stuff, but I'm saying take a stand and like have some gonads and say, hey, look, this is how it's going down. This is what I want. They like a man who's confident and assured of themselves. And so for a man who's going to like move in with the woman into her space is a sign that he's not strong, and it's a sign that he's not that he's like, he can be easily blown by the wind, man. And then the second thing is this, and probably one of the most important thing is this. When you move into a woman's house, you are moving into her space. You are giving up your space as a man, and you are moving into her space. And so when you do that, she sees her space, even though she may say, oh yeah, well, you know, the house is like both of ours because you live here now, blah, blah, blah. No, there's a certain way she has that spot, and she's had that space, and she is not going to want you to come in and change that. I don't care what no woman says. They don't want you to come in and change how they got things going in their spot and in their space. And I know this because I hear a lot of them talk about it after their boyfriends move in with them. And so you got to understand that this is her space that she's like made for her to make herself feel comfortable when she comes home. Or for her kids, I hope to God that there's no kids involved if you are in this situation already. But this is her space, and so she has no inclination to make it your space really, or a space that's like really for you. Whereas if she was moving into your place, she will come in and want to like decorate stuff for you. She'll make it your house a home for you, for the both of you, and she won't feel like it's still her nest. You know what I mean? But when it's her space, you know, the nest is hers. You can leave if you want, because why? I mean, she was there before you, and she'll be there after you, because that's her space. Another thing is like, you kind of have more control of the situation of things when it's your spot that she's moving into. If she's moving into your place, you know, you can allow her to do things that, you know, she may want to do. But it's all up to you, because it's your place that she's moving into. And that's okay. That's more like the natural order of things anyway. So if you're going to do this, don't move into a woman's spot, man. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. She will lose respect for you if you do it. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what no woman is going to tell you. She will lose respect for you if you move into her place, man. And that's just all it is to it. Don't do that to yourself. Always, I'm like I said, I don't condone moving in with chicks. I don't believe in shacking up. However, I know my beliefs are not everybody's beliefs, and if you're going to do it, be in a position where you're in control and she's not in control. You know what I'm saying? Have your own spot, or like very, very minimum, if you're gonna get a spot together, that's different too. When it's both of you putting your names on the dotted line, signing for a lease or signing for whatever. Actually, you know what? Let me tell you something, man. If you're not married to this lady, you shouldn't be putting you shouldn't be buying no houses with her. Don't buy houses with women who are not your wife. And even if she is your wife, with the way things are going, women taking half men's stuff and taking this, that, and the other. Even then, that's kind of like sketchy. You know what I mean? That's still kind of very risky. I would still say no, but definitely if she's not your wife, man, then come on, man. No, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. It's just a mess to be made. But don't move in with a woman. Let her move in with you. That's the ultimate. That's the most ideal situation if you're gonna do this. Like I said, I don't condone this, but if you're going to do it, let her move in with you. So that way when things start acting like messing up, or she started getting a little above herself and say, hey, look, you know, this is my spot. This, you know, if you don't have respect for me, then, you know, you can go back to where you came from. But if if it's the other way around, then she can pretty much put you out. You know, you don't want to be in that situation. Come on now. And so that's one of the deals. You know, you don't want to be in a situation where she has control over you. Because like I said, I'll tell you like this: women are very very emotional creatures, and they're very about feelings. Oh, I feel this way, I feel that way, I feel this. And so feelings change daily. Your feelings can change every day. Your feelings can change by the second. So when she has that second where her feelings change to, I don't really feel like being bothered with you, or, you know, I'm not in love with you anymore, or whatever, you know, you're at the whim of her feelings and her emotional ups and downs, and you don't want to be that. You want to be, you're a man. We're not run by emotions. We're run by logic. We have a self esteem about ourselves. We have a like a value about ourselves, or at least we should. And, you know, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where that value could be minimized or marginalized or diminished. So do yourself a favor. Don't shack up. Don't move in with chicks. But if you're going to do it, if you are going to move in with somebody, let them move in with you, or you guys find a place together. Don't ever move in with a woman. Don't move into her spot. And that's all it is to that. I guess, I mean, I didn't do so bad. It's 10 minutes. But no, like, subscribe. I feel so corny saying that, because so many people do that these days. Like, subscribe. Definitely pass it on to your friends who may be in the situation or who might be thinking about doing this, so that they can make an educated decision about what they may be getting themselves into. I mean, I've seen this thing go really bad for people before. I'm even to the point where, matter of fact, let me just like touch on that before I even go any further. Like, even if I'm gonna go somewhere with a female, you know what I do, man? She said, "Oh, we can ride in my car." No, don't even do that. You always ride in your car if you have a car. You know, if you're like one of them the guys who just don't have a car, you know, I don't know what to say to you. But if you got your own ride and she got her own ride, and you guys are going somewhere together, and she offers you to ride in her car, don't do it, man. You ride in, let her ride in yours. Because in the time, like, I know, as a matter of fact, I have a friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but I have a friend who was riding with his girlfriend. This was years ago, and all of a sudden, you know, she went crazy on him and threw him out in the middle. I was living in Utah at the time. She threw him out. They were up in the mountains. This guy had just moved there, and she put him out in the middle of the mountains. This guy had never been in this place before, and she put him out. And he was a big dude, so she's going off of him, trying to hit him and stuff, and just like, for no reason, she just like freaked out and like just went crazy on him. And so he's a big black dude, so what he did, he pulled out his camera and started like filming her, because you know, it's her word against his. And but the fact is, she was gonna put him out in the middle of nowhere. So you know what? Don't even do that, man. Don't even ride with don't even, like, if you're gonna ride, let her ride with you. That way you should always have control of the situation wherever you're at, man, no matter what's going on. Like I said, because women's attitudes and stuff, you know, they can flare up at any time. They can change their mind about things at any time. And you just don't want to be the victim of that, you know what I mean? You don't want to be the victim of that. You want to always be in control of things. And that's just all it is to it. So whether it be her living with you or her riding with you, you should always have control of the situation. And that's all I'll say about that. Like I said, like, subscribe, pass the information on, because I'm sure there's tons of young men out there, older men even, who don't even know this stuff. And it's just something that needs to be known. It's something that people need to be thinking about when you're dealing with the modern day women, man. It's just a must that you know this kind of stuff. Anyway, till the next video, I'll see you guys very soon. I won't have you guys waiting so long. And as you can see, I'm driving. I'm on my way to get something to eat. But you guys be blessed, and I'll talk to you on the next video.